We got Drake now, and there's this big
Drake or
worry.
AI Drake? Which
AI
one?
Drake. Conceivably, not much to point as a difference here. Um, let's take a listen to it. Then I got some thoughts. I want to hear what you
Are we
think
gonna get? Are
about
we
it.
gonna get a strike for this?
I don't think so. Definitely, only YouTube's the worry here, and what it'll just give you the option to delete it out. So if all of a sudden I'm talking like this, then it jumps to me being like, and then you'll know that it got cut digitally edited by YouTube.
When it's cold out from when it's cold out from yeah, I got enemies. Okay, the winter's cold out from they try enemy. I swear the winter's cold out from they try to sentence me. Okay, the winter's cold out from we had them tender key. I swear that pussy told on us, not that nigga dead to me.
All right, that's pretty good. I don't want to play the whole thing. It's a guaranteed censor. But I think what they benefit from here is you can find good ones from everybody where they do the. I've heard a lot of the Juice World ones. Surprise, surprise. And some of them are really good, and some of them you can tell that they're AI. They use the echoing, but I'm sure the technology is advanced since I listened to those like 6 months ago. The thing that I don't actually see this as being a big of a problem as people say. Why do I say that? Because if it's a song by an artist, you don't really have to question whether it's AI or not. Did it come from the artist or not? Did it come from the artist page or not? That's the rules how it is of how it is already. You can't just upload Drake's music to Spotify. You can't just I mean, you can upload it to YouTube and stuff, but if it's flagged and copywritten, it'll get pulled down. The bigger labels are better about that. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, if it comes from the official artist page or is in a collaboration on an official artist page, then it can stay up. If it's not from them, then it could stay down. If artists want to, now here's a caveat. If you're doing AI and let's say Drake just says, I'm going to not put out any songs, maybe I'm going to type some words out, I'll type the lyrics out, and then you can put AI to it or somebody else will type it out for me. I think they should have to label that this wasn't actually him, and that will start to happen. People will start putting out music that's an AI voice, getting rich off of it. Somebody will figure that it's AI, and then they'll lose credibility. It will become a standard, just like I think AI will become a standard in writing and everything else. Where if it'll fly for a while under the radar, you won't be able to tell, but eventually it'll become more coveted to get people doing the real thing. Either that, or they're gonna have to completely ban it. I don't know what you think about that.
Well, you chose this one that's called Winter's Cold. I think the other one that's like really going viral is Hard on My Sleeve or Hard on a Sleeve or something with the weekend, with the AI weekend. But the catch here is, I mean, I think it is kind of a big deal, right? Because at least this one is really good. It sounds exactly like Drake, and the other one sounds exactly like Drake. So I think that's, perhaps a problem for him. And look, for you and me and like regular people, it's super simple, right? It's not on Drake's page, it's not on the OVO, whatever it is. But there's a lot of stupid people that just won't know what's going on. But the bottom line, too, I think, is that they could have just put that song out and and it could have just been any artist. They could have made up a name for an artist and it wouldn't have been a problem, because I don't know how you can actually protect that voice, right? So if they would have done the exact same thing and just said, "Oh, the guy's name is uh Josh," like Josh and Drake, but you know what I mean? Like, if you just change the name, then it's not a problem at all, because how do you guard against what is supposed to be Drake's voice? Can you even do that?
I think
I don't think you can. How would you even?
I think you can. I think that falls under likeness. If you're going around doing Elmo's voice, I wrote a story about a sex offender who dressed up as Elmo today. That's why I'm thinking of Elmo. Sidebar: you start going around doing Elmo's voice and making money off of it. They're going to be saying, "Hey, you copied this voice. You can't do that."
But
I
how
think
can
that
these?
falls under likeness.
But But I mean, can you officially say that this sound like some for one person it might sound exactly like Drake, for another person it might not sound like Drake, and then you also have we saw what, it wasn't that long ago, maybe a year or 6 months to a year ago, where we had fake Lil Durk, we had fake Drake, fake Bad Bunny actually getting gigs. So that's obviously worse, right? Where a guy who sort of looks like a famous rapper, like just kind of looks in passing, looks sort of similar to him, and just dresses like him and walks around pretending he's him, and actually starts booking gigs. So,
Yeah, you just can't
which one's
claim
worse?
to be them, but the what you're talking about is coming. I've heard a lot about this podcasting AI voice thing that exists where people can translate their it's being used to translate podcasts into different languages in a way that it sounds like the same person.
Hmm.
So this podcast would be in Spanish and it would sound like us because it uses our voice. Now that would be a way where you could identify it. Um, but I think back to when Drake actually Hotline Bling got him in trouble, and there's another song where somebody got sued by TLC. I think it was Ed Sheeran or something got sued by TLC. You can't even have a song that sounds similar to it. And if you take it far enough, then people will hear the case. And then somebody, I don't know if it's a jury or a board of music related people, somebody decides if it sounds too much like it. You can't rip off the melody. So I have to imagine the cadence and the voice and everything sounds or is what people would go off to sue you over it. But I want to go back to what you said earlier of how is a person going to not know? How are they not going to know? If it's not on their page and it's not on, like, if Bryson Gray has Patriot J on his song on his page, you can be pretty sure it's Patriot J.
Yeah, but think about leak. I mean, things leak all the time, right? Like,
But how, like, what difference does it make? Like, you hear the song and somebody's going to point out that it's not fake, or you're going to go to look for it on the artist's page and not find it there. Like, what harm is coming from somebody hearing a song and thinking it's somebody else?
I don't know. I don't know if any harm is coming, but I think you're giving maybe. I think maybe you're giving some people just a little bit too much credit, because to pretend that this isn't going to trick anybody, I think is silly. Obviously, there will be loads of people who won't know the difference and won't care.
I don't think that people won't be tricked. I think people will be tricked. I just think that it doesn't matter, because if you take away for that person's ability to make money, which they do already, and the artist is able you're able to identify if it's the person if you care to identify it, then you're just listening to some AI song. If it turns out that it's not that person, then I guess you didn't take the time to find that out. But we're going to get to
Well,
this point, I guess, where people are recording monkeys in AI and they're going to think it's ACDC or like crows or something.
well, the scariest part about the whole thing is that there's at least two AI Drake songs floating around, at least two, if not three. And the worst part about the entire thing, in my personal opinion, is that
Hmm.
they're actually pretty good.
There's a lot
Right.
of AI Juice World. You got to step up your search game.
Yeah,
There's a
but I
few
never
good. Yeah.
listened. I wasn't a Juice World fan to begin with, so I don't. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking the other day? What would the world be like if women listened to Juice World and that emo rap stuff? Would we be in a better place if, like, the e-girls and everything thought about stuff like this a little bit more? Maybe they had a little bit more trippy red in their lives. Maybe they're a little more sad instead of I don't know what I could say, slutty. I don't know. Is sadness a better motivation for society than attention seeking, Eric?
That's really deep. I can't answer that at this particular point in time.
You're gonna give me a 6 to 8 weeks window on that one?
Is sadness a better motivator than attention seeking? Is that what you're
For
saying?
society, probably not for motivator. Attention seeking will probably motivate you more, but is it better for society?
Turn it up, Jordan.